don't go chasing waterfalls is what is wanting to be said today. This is more about not the actual waterfalls. Like, it's beautiful to see this majestic thing doing its thing, dropping down, like all of the things coming off of it, how small and insignificant you feel when you see a waterfall. But this is to tell you that the waterfall is not the full picture. So overall, it's more just that don't wait for the big events. Life is more about the journey to get to the waterfall. Because this is like the big main event, the main attraction, right? That you're maybe like going on a hike, whatever, to see a waterfall. Usually it'll take some time to get there because of the remote locations that they are. But to get there, you have to prepare. You have to get the right tools, kit, clothing, backpack, shoes to make sure it's going to be a stable walk. You have to get to the place where you're going to start walking from. You have to climb if there's a mountain, get through it, go on this adventure. Basically, there's many things along the way to get there. And the problem is a lot of people use the waterfall, the main event, the thing that they're chasing. Say it's like I don't know, the goal that you have, the house, the car, the money in your account. Then they get there and they're a little bit disappointed because they haven't enjoyed the journey getting there. And the journey to get there is probably way longer than when you've got the actual thing, the tangible thing. And while this is beautiful, you're not going to fully appreciate it because you haven't appreciated all the other steps leading up to it. So don't be so heavy in terms of this being the main thing that you want. It's good to have like a general direction, right? But don't lose sight of what you need to be in the position to get the thing. Because usually it's actually very rarely about the thing. It's about the character you're building to get the thing. It's about the understanding you're getting along the way. It's about the people that you meet. It's about the skills that you learn. So you can't put this on like a pedestal. You can, but you're going to be very, very disappointed when you get to the thing because you'll realize it wasn't about the thing at all, really. There's usually a baseline of what you want. Maybe it's like stability, maybe it's connection, maybe it's feeling like you have like enough finally. And these are all fine things to think about, but you have to think about what is the underlying thing that you're actually trying to achieve here. Because this is the thing, people will go and do certain things and then feel just so disappointed because they're like, oh, I don't know, I went on this trip and I didn't find myself, that kind of thing. But what is it you're actually looking for? Do you want to just connect with yourself, understand yourself more? Because if you leave that till when you get to a certain place or whatever, you're going to be disappointed and it's not going to feel very fulfilling. So what is it along the way that makes you feel like, hey, I'm doing the thing? I'm connecting to it. Because these things are not just singular steps. They're kind of like trees. It's like adding to the roots and then the branches and then the leaves. And then you can see how things are able to grow within you. So what is the waterfall that you're chasing at the moment? It's important to know as well. It's important to know because there's not so many attachments you should have to it. But it is good, as I said, to have the general direction of what you're working on. Because, yeah, it should be majestic and beautiful when you get there, but you also need to enjoy the journey. You need to enjoy the journey, or else you're going to be disappointed. Because it's going to be very short-lived. It's going to be very, very short-lived. But if you really delve into, connect to, how you're feeling along the way, if it just feels like a slog, if it just feels, oh my God, I can't believe, like, this is really horrible and I'm not enjoying it at all. So that's why it feels empty when you get there, because you haven't been able to reflect. And I'm not saying everything should feel fun and enjoyable. That's just not how things go. It's like these ups and downs, peaks and troughs of life, right? Some things are going to feel terrible, some things are going to be really bad. But I think it's the overall sense of being able to understand how everything is connected and how you are able to put your energy towards actually seeing what phase you're in, what step you're taking, and understanding the significance of it. Even if it feels terrible, like, okay, I have to go through this, but I understand, instead of just going through the motions. That's what a lot of us are doing. We're just not even connecting the dots. We're just like going through the motions, all these things in random places. So it makes it really hard for the journey to feel connected, for you to feel connected, because things are just feeling like at random, because we're not taking the time to pause and actually connect the dots and see why we're feeling a certain way or how it all is tied together. And sometimes it's really hard to do this in the moment, right? Because, you know, the saying, hindsight's 2020. You have to be able to have the, first of all, understanding that the things are working for you in this connected way that you may not be able to see yet, or just understanding that you need to reflect and see what the lesson, understanding, learning is from these things, so you can also enjoy the adventure. But please don't put so much onus, so much pressure on yourself to get to this like majestical end goal, because before you know it, your life will truly flash before your eyes and it will be all to get this like pot of gold at the end, right? And you may have the pot, but it may not feel as good as what you had in mind because of the way that you've been thinking about it, and you haven't been enjoying all the things that come. Some may feel annoying, some may feel upsetting, but really try and see, hey, what is this showing me? Hey, how have I dealt with this situation way better than what I knew in the beginning? Because that's the thing, we're going to learn. We're in life. But don't let whatever happened over here harden you, because it's going to be hard to climb the mountain. You have to take it, transmute it into something that you can use. So this can be anything, right? Just something that's happened in your life where you're like so fearful now because this certain situation happened. But if this didn't happen, you wouldn't have the knowledge that you have now to be able to make a different choice in it. And the only way you're able to make a different choice is if you're not scared of what happened. You just have to shift it in a way. So the way you can do that is reflecting on it, but not from a fear-based lens. You're not thinking like, oh my God, this happened, I'm never going to do that ever again. It's more that, okay, that happened. It's made me more resilient and more understanding. But I need whatever happened here to help with my ascend, whatever descend I go into, because now I understand more myself, how I respond. How can I reflect on that? And look how much bigger this understanding is. And it's through the journey of life that you start to do these things, but it's only if you stay open to what is happening. Because if you shut down, then the journey is only going to be very short. It's going to be very short, and then you may still try and skip to the waterfall. But if you haven't had the journey and learned the lessons and connected in a way that understands what happened and how it's helping actually propel you forward, even if it doesn't feel like it in the time, it's the way that you view it that is going to either help your journey or hinder your journey to the waterfall. But if you stay stuck at this level, right, and then you jump to the waterfall, it's just not going to feel as great. But if you take the let's say the long way. It doesn't have to take that long, right, to get what you want. But if you take the longer way where you're actually integrating your life, oh, what a concept. It's going to feel way better. And you're not going to feel so hard done by or trapped. Because if you're like stuck here, already at the beginning, baby. But yeah, you can still, like, there's a lot of successful people that still haven't enjoyed the journey. That's why they feel so empty at the end, right? Because they're kind of stuck in this and they don't grow from it in a way that's actually beneficial to their life and the life of those around them, because they're staying trapped, they're staying fearful, and then they're just still chasing this big goal, and then they're like, oh, this is it, because they still have this issue. They haven't been able to transmute it on the journey. So it's important to have a waterfall. It's important to have that, yeah, pot of gold, honey, whatever you want to call it. But don't get so caught up in trying to take from the honey too quickly. Because there's so much to learn. And that should be part of the fun lesson understanding here. It should be part of it. Don't make it into this heavy thing like, I can't believe this happened to me and now I'm trapped and stuck, and this is so hard to be around. For you, of course, these messages are for you. It makes you a really hard, dense person, because you're just cycling through like a few things that you've learned, and then you can't go forward in a way that's meaningful. You can skip, bypass, of course, but the real life comes in the work when you're not just chasing the waterfall and you're having the journey, the adventure, connecting the dots along the way.